Well, finances touch so many areas of our lives. At times, it can be easier to make decisions when you have an expert to help guide you along. Well, that's exactly why today we're opening up the viewer email bag to get your money questions answered. Joining us now is our money and business expert, Derek Kinney. Hey there, Derek. How you doing? Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, Damon. Great to see you as always.
Likewise. So let's jump right into it, Derek. So Tara in Arlington writes, I'm worried about not being able to make my credit card payment this month. I don't want to panic, but what should I do? So Derek, what should she do?
Bottom line, once this segment is over, don't call too soon, but call your credit card company immediately and say, look, I've hit hard times. Let's work out a payment plan. My credit score is important to me and I want to make sure I pay this off. How can we work together? Those are the words every credit card company loves to hear because the game is they want to get paid. They want you to pay them. And if you can call them proactively, don't wait until the credit card payment is due and then you're in a panic. You want to be ahead of the game. It communicates to them you care about it. They're more willing to help you and they want to work with you.
So be proactive in calling them. All right, so number two, we got an email from Rachel in Prosper, Derek. She says, my son will be a junior in high school next year, and I've heard you say that you shouldn't surprise your kids if you don't have money for college. So how should I start the conversation with them? Derek, what do you say?
Yeah, the bottom line is shock and awe never goes over well. Here your student is working hard, they may even have a part-time job, and then you drop the bomb on them. Hey, honey, by the way, I love you, but we ain't got no money for college. That conversation does not go over so well. So what you want to do is say, honey, look, I want to have a candid conversation so that you know where we're at and we can prepare a plan together. And what that does is it just lets your son or daughter breathe easier knowing that, hey, even though we don't have much money, now there's a game plan. We can talk about here's why grades matter to get scholarships. Here's what you can apply for, possibly working part-time. Here's what we might be able to bring to the table and pay as you go. The bottom line is if son or daughter and mom or dad are on the same page, they're more likely to achieve success than if that awful shock and awe occurs and everybody's upset, nobody wins.
Sounds like the sooner you have those conversations, the better. Not waiting until your senior year to have that conversation either.
That's exactly right. That's the worst possible time to have it.
All right, so Derek, we have another email from Kent in Dallas. He writes, I want to encourage my 21-year-old grandson to start his own business. I've never started a business myself and don't know what to tell him. What should I do?
Well, the bottom line is we know there's two ways to make money. We can work for someone else, or you can be the business owner and create the revenue for yourself. And we learned through COVID, entire industries can get wiped out by well-educated people. And so I applaud you by wanting to talk to your grandson. And here's what you want to say. Look, I may not be a business expert, but I see you as a smart young man, or in this case, somebody else, a smart young woman. I want to walk alongside you. Let's be curious together and find out a way to help you start your own business. And what that does is it takes the pressure off of you to be the expert in business. Now you're just the caring grandparent that wants what's best for their grandchild. Let's go to YouTube, pick out a couple podcasts, listen together. And the best thing to do, give them an incentive that if they watch or listen to something, they write you a report, you take them to lunch, give them $10 where there's an economic or a time incentive, they're going to do it and they're going to learn some really valuable skills.
Yeah, and I think it also has to be something that your grandchild or the person in your life is passionate about too. All right, the last question, Derek, today. Chandra in Richardson writes, I am frustrated that I'm not making more money at my job. What advice do you have to get a raise and more responsibility? I've heard you talk about this before, Derek.
Yeah, bottom line, Chandra, is if you're not happy where you're at today, what will cause you to be happy if you jump to the next company? And you want to ask yourself, what can I do to make more money right now? 3 questions. First of all, in your current job, what could you do to help the company increase their sales? Number 2, what can you do to help the company save money? And number 3, what can you do to help grow the business? For example, quick story. Had an administrative assistant at a company who ordered the supplies. She pitched to her boss, for every $1 I save on supplies, give me 10 cents as a bonus. Well, suddenly the company was saving 90 cents, they gave her 10 cents, and it was an incentive that everybody loved. Think about in your job, what can you do to make or save the company money, and then go to your boss and say, here's some great ideas. I love working here, but I want to help you make more money. Over the next 90 days, you might be surprised, and you might get that raise you've always wanted.
Well, Derek, thanks so much for your perspective and advice. Always a pleasure to see you. Look forward to seeing you next time.
My pleasure. Thank you, Damon. Great to see you.
Thank you, Derek.